Welcome back to Sara's Stories. It's been a very long time since we met. I broke my tripod so I couldn't record any stories, but now I'm back with a very interesting story, and it's called The Game of Chess. Once upon a time, there was a king who had a very weird idea. He thought it would be so cool to tell anybody who asks favors of him to play a game of chess with him, win it, and then ask for whatever they want. People found it very stupid because not all of them knew how to play chess. But then, when people would come up to him and say that, "Sir, we don't know how to play chess," he said, "Oh, no problem." And here comes the second part of the weird idea. He had a cat. It would not be the winner of the game of chess who would determine that he would get the favor or not. It would be a cat. Now, the king had a very well trained cat. And while the king would play chess with the players, the cat would sit next to the game with 7 lamps balanced on its tails. And if the cat would not move throughout the game, the king would win the game, and the person who was asking for a favor would become the king's slave. So many people came and tried their luck, but nobody could win against this cat because the cat was so well trained. But one day a young man decided to go to the king, and he said, "I have a favor to ask of the king." The guard said, "Okay, do you know chess?" So the man said, "Yes, I'm very good at it." So the man went and the king began to play chess, and the cat did not move even a bit. So he decided to throw the man into jail with the other slaves. The man quickly sent a haphazard message to his wife saying, "I'm undone. Look at what's happened to me." And the wife decided to come and help. Now the wife came dressed as a man to ask the king of a favor. So the king said the same rules, that you have to play a game of chess with me. And the wife agreed. She said, "Oh, thank God, my husband taught me all the tricky moves of chess," in her own head. And she came and she began to play chess with the king. Now the wife was a woman with a plan. So when she began to play the game of chess, she had also got a servant with her, and she had instructed him to do certain things. When the game was about 15 minutes in, the servant let a mouse loose in the room. And as the mouse came, the cat got so excited and she decided to move a little bit. And the king glared at the cat, and the cat went back still again. Then the game rolled on, and after some time, the servant let another mouse loose. This time the cat could barely control herself, and she was dying to go and pounce on the mouse. And the king once again glared at her, and he got so desperate to finish the game. The cat had almost dropped a lamp. But once again she regained her composure, and the king was growing more and more desperate to finish the game. And at that time the servant let the third mouse loose, and as that entered the room, the cat could not control itself and jumped, and it went behind the mouse and dropped all the lamps everywhere. And the king was forced to accept defeat, which he grudgingly did. And he said, "Okay, what do you want?" And the woman who was dressed as a man said, "Now you will go and free all those men who you have enslaved because of this rubbish game, and you will never play again with the help of that cat." So the king said, "Yeah, I won't." And he released all the men whom he had imprisoned because of this game and let them go. And since then, the king did not play any tricks like this, and he would let favors be given generously, and people were welcome to him once again. As for the cat, she was never seen around the kingdom again. It's a very funny story, and yet it has a deep meaning behind it. It has how a woman can also help her husband in some ways. It can also be about how you should never set conditions to somebody asking for something like in this way, which don't even make sense. So I hope you liked it, and I'll see you next time. I've also started workshops for children, telling them stories. It's a part of my business venture, Sara Stories. And if you wish to register your child, the link is in the description section below. There's a Google form and there's a QR code on this image, which can be scanned to pay. And if you're interested, definitely enroll for it. I would love to see your children there. And I will see you next time on Sara Stories. Stay tuned.